Hi everyone, today I will be presenting my favorite phylum, the class Chondrichthyes, also known as the cartilaginous fish, which just means that their skeletons are made of cartilage rather than hard bone. This class consists of sharks, skates, rays, and chimeras, also known as ghost sharks and ratfish. These animals are among the oldest living vertebrates on Earth, with ancestors that appeared more than 400 million years ago, and they play an important role in maintaining aquatic ecosystems. First and foremost, their taxonomy, they're the class Chondrichthyes, that is how you pronounce that term. They belong to the Animalia kingdom and the Chordata phylum. For the phylogenetic tree, a phylogenetic tree shows how organisms are related through evolution. And with that said, this class evolved early among jawed vertebrates and later split into two main subclasses called the Elasmobranchi and the Halocephali. The Elasmobranchi contains sharks, rays, and skates, while the Halocephali contains the chimeras. Although these groups look different, they all share a cartilaginous skeleton and several other unique characteristics. Starting off with sharks, these guys are streamline predators that occupy many different marine habitats. Rays have flattened bodies and enlarged pectoral fins that allow them to glide through water, while skates resemble rays but differ in reproduction, and body structure. Chimeras are deep sea fishes with smooth skin and large eyes that feed mainly on shellfish and other bottom-dwelling animals. Together, these four represent that major diversity within the class Chondrichthyes. Moving on to the feeding mechanisms, members of the Chondrichthyes use several feeding strategies depending on the species. For example, the great white shark actively hunts fish and marine mammals, while whale, basking, and megamouth sharks filter tiny plankton from the water. Rays also search the seafloor for clams, crabs, and other invertebrates using specialized crushing teeth. Many species also use electroreception to detect the weak electrical signals produced by hidden prey, and with those feeding mechanisms, we can connect that idea with the ecological impact because all four subgroups maintain balanced marine ecosystems through those feeding mechanisms. Many sharks are apex predators, meaning they sit at the top of the food chain, and by regulating prey populations, they help maintain healthy and balanced marine ecosystems. For the rays, they also influence seafloor habitats by disturbing sediments while feeding, which can redistribute nutrients within that seafloor. Without these animals, marine ecosystems can become unstable. As you can see in these depicted pictures, this is the human impact on this class. And unfortunately, human activities have caused major declines in many species of sharks and rays. Overfishing and shark finning removes millions of sharks from the ocean each year, while many others are accidentally caught as bycatch in commercial fishing nets, as depicted in this photo right here. Pollution and climate change, as depicted in this last photo, also damage important habitats such as coral reefs and coastal ecosystems. And because many cartilaginous fish grow slowly and produce few offspring, their populations recover very slowly. And speaking of life cycle and reproduction, unlike most bony fish, chondrichthyes reproduce through internal fertilization. Some species lay eggs in protective egg cases, while others keep the eggs inside the mother's body until they hatch. Many sharks give birth to fully developed live young and after long pregnancies, and this also applies to the rays. Producing relatively few offspring does increase the survival of each baby, but also it does slow the population growth as presented in the human impact slide. Going on to locomotion, which is how they move in the water, most sharks swim by moving their powerful tails from side to side while steering with their fins. So as depicted in this top photo, they use their tail fin, called the caudal fin, to use that side to side motion to swim fast, and they navigate themselves with their pectoral fin. As for rays and skates, they use their pectoral fins to glide gracefully in the water by flapping their large fins like wings. Their lightweight, cartilaginous skeleton improves flexibility and reduces body weight during movement. And since they lack a swim bladder, many species rely on a large oil-filled liver to help maintain that buoyancy and lightweightedness. And for our three fun facts, we're going to start with our very first one. Sharks are older than dinosaurs, and as we said in the very at the very beginning, their ancestors have been around since over 400 million years ago, and that is older than the span of dinosaurs. It is a pretty cool fact. And with our second fun fact of the day, the manta rays can have wingspans for over 20 feet. So they can actually range from 24 feet to almost 30 feet. And that is how, like we said before, you can tell the rays apart from the skates. And with that, our third fact comes with some sharks can detect a heartbeat, and that comes with the electroreception we have talked about earlier and how they can identify hidden prey. For the last slide, these are all the citations for all the slides listed in order. So in conclusion, you guys, the class Chondrichthyes is a diverse group of cartilaginous fishes that includes sharks, ray skates, and chimeras, also the ratfish or the ghost sharks. Although these animals differ in appearance, feeding habits, movement, and reproduction, they all share unique characteristics such as the cartilage, skeletons, and the electroreception, internal fertilization, and other specialized sensory adaptations. They play an essential roles in maintaining really healthy aquatic ecosystems by helping regulate marine food webs, and protecting these species is important to preserve ocean biodiversity and the balance of marine life.